Jonathan Noel.
And I'm Brian Noel.
This is the Focus Cast,
where we help reduce distractions
increase focus,
so you
can
live a life with intention. So this is a product review video, and today, guess what we are reviewing?
This is a very hot, sexy subject that is really just blowing up right now. So we had to do a review on it. Today we're talking about ergonomic mouses.
It looks like a strange piece of abstract art, in my opinion.
It absolutely does. And I think there's still debate whether, when it comes to computer appliances, whether it's mice or mouse.
Oh, really?
Let us know in the comments if that debate's been settled. Yeah, so there's a couple of different kinds of ergonomic mouse.
Yeah?
We've got the vertical. This is what we're talking about today.
Ooh, the vertical mouse.
There's like a roll bar and then a trackball. But today we're talking just about the vertical.
Well, in comparison to the non-ergonomic mouse that we're all very familiar with.
Yes. So let's hit a couple of problems with a standard run-of-the-mill mouse.
Talking about this guy?
Yep. When you're using it, your arm is flat,
Yeah.
right? This is called pronation,
Okay.
all right? So what happens is your radius and your ulna,
Ooh, say it again.
your radius and your ulna,
Point to him.
your bones right here in your arm. There's two bones in your arm.
Yes.
There's one up here and two right here.
For those of us who never sang the skeleton song, just, we need to know.
When your arm is laying flat, which is called pronation. Pronation. If you know that, Call of Duty is probably where, go prone. Going prone. But when you do this, the bones scissor a little bit. It's not the most natural position. There's tension in the tissues inside the arm.
So what's the relaxed state of the arm?
It's more just like this, right?
Like a handshake, right?
Like when you're born, your arms are like by your side.
Yeah.
Your arms you're not like this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when your arm's up here, people are used to it because they're on computers. But when you're walking around all day, do you ever see someone like this?
I would think I was about to get murdered.
Exactly. This is weird looking. Your natural is by your side.
Okay. Walk up to me unnaturally. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like you're a robot and you weren't programmed to do your arms right.
Exactly. See, it's so unnatural that you notice it and it looks like you're gonna get murdered by a robot.
Yeah.
Just, what you've been doing on your desk, you're so used to being like that, it doesn't feel weird, but it is. It's not a normal position.
Man, that totally makes sense.
This is a more normal.
Oh.
This is a natural.
Who knew? You did.
Some people do. And that's why we're talking about it, because honestly, I didn't know about any of this until I saw an ergonomic mouse. I was like, what the hell is this thing?
So if I use a flat mouse or a flat hand position.
Yeah.
But it's more natural.
It's not completely 90 degrees, but it does take some of the tension off to be at that angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also learned a new term looking at ergonomic mouses, a little term called ulnar deviation.
Ooh.
So when you are doing your normal moves, right?
Yeah.
You're kind of using your whole arm here.
Right.
But when you do your little precise moves, you're like this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's not a super natural just movement to be doing all day for hours.
Oh, because if we think back before technology, a lot of our movements, we're using all of our hands. It's not natural to do this all day.
Yeah. So why is this bad? Why are we even talking about these stupid mouses? Well, a little thing called RSI. You know what an RSI is?
No.
Repetitive strain injury.
Oh, RSI.
Yeah. Everyone's heard of carpal tunnel?
Yes.
But have you heard of good old-fashioned mouse arm?
How come carpal tunnel has been famous, but mouse arm is not?
I don't know. Probably because it's athletes who play tennis who are rich have carpal tunnel, and then people who are in their dungeons gaming all day
are not rich,
or who are working too hard are getting mouse arm.
That's true.
The normal folk. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm just making shit up. Yeah.
What does it affect? What does mouse arm affect?
This is an RSI, repetitive strain injury, that affects your arm, shoulder, and neck muscles, causing pain and discomfort.
Oh man.
Yeah, and so I've felt it, I think anyone who works, if they're on the computer a lot,
yeah,
you've probably felt some of that.
You got bad posture.
I notice it when I start throwing my arm out this way, too far that way. I start getting weird sensations in my arm.
Yeah,
and I do it without realizing it, and then I have to be like, stop doing that.
So what are the benefits of this bad boy?
So as you can see, it is called a vertical mouse because you're not completely flat. You're not 90 degrees, but you're at about whatever, I don't know the exact angle. So this reduces wrist strain.
It just feels better when you hold it.
It really does.
Vertical mouse are designed to fit the natural contours of your hand, making them more comfortable to use for extended periods of time.
When you hold it, it feels more natural. Bottom line, less strain on your body, less strain on your wrist and your arms and your shoulder. And honestly, at the end of the day, none of this shit really matters if you're only on the computer for like 20 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Or an hour a day.
How?
But right now, a lot of people are working, or if you're playing video games,
Yeah, hours.
hours,
Yeah.
years, decades. If you are gonna get one of these, which if you spend a lot of time on the computer, I recommend it.
Yeah.
But it does take some getting used to because
It's very different.
it's different movement. So now you're kind of moving like this instead of like this. So it takes a while to get used to. So what kept happening to me was these like fake clicks where I'd click on something and it wasn't doing anything. But really, because it's vertical, when you click, it slightly moves to the left or right. So I'm doing a micro drag. So that was my experience. So you do a tiny little micro drag.
That makes sense.
So it's not actually
Get
clicking.
a close up on that.
So this was just my experience using it for a couple of weeks. Does that mean it'll be the same for you? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But it was very annoying.
So I'm sure after a while you got used to it and then it was fine. So do you use this mouse now?
No, hell no, absolutely not.
What mouse do you use?
I use the good old fashioned pronation, destroy your unergonomic mouse.
Why?
Because this is just for any precise movements using Adobe Premiere, or when I was trying to key in, like when I was working the insurance job, I was trying to key in estimates or using Adobe. It was horrible. I just could not get used to it.
Yeah.
But did it feel better? Absolutely. And I know a guy that I work with, he uses one of these and he loves it. The other thing that kept happening, I think if you use a flat mouse for so long, I didn't realize this, but every time I would like do something and I'd go to grab the mouse, you know, I go like this over it.
Oh yeah.
It just happened over and over where I'm like, and I'm just that extra couple inches where I'm so used to hovering over. So anyway.
You're not used to backing in?
That's what you probably will do. Once you get used to it. But I mean, let's just look at how it fits in the hand. It just makes so much sense.
It really does.
You just kind of, it's got the nice curves in there.
I don't know why
This is like, if this is what I imagine the handles feel like if you're gonna fly a spaceship.
Yeah.
All right, so let's wrap this puppy up. Ergonomic mouses, are they worth it? I think if you are using the computer, if you are doing it a lot, I think it's worth it over the long term. Just go ahead and get used to it. It's kind of a nightmare in the beginning, at least it was for me, but it feels so much better, honestly. I do love the way it feels.
You got anything else?
I think that wraps this up.
Sweet.